Hello there. Thank you for being here with me. I am so grateful that you are. I have an unboxing for you today. This is a double unboxing. Well, more than double. It's from two different brands. I have one thing from Longchamp and three from Hermes. I am waiting on something else from Hermes, but we'll talk about that as we go. You may remember that tag, "If I only had $10,000 to spend on bags the rest of my life" tag. Remember that one? When I did that tag, I really thought hard about it. I'm not exactly cutting everything out and following that tag, my decisions in that tag, but I am making some of the decisions in that tag as I downsized from my big house into this condo. I've made a lot of changes. I did get a very, very nice bag that I had talked about in that tag. I will link that unboxing below. I did get an Hermes Kelly. I was able to get exactly the one that I wanted, and I have been very excited to have it. After getting that bag, I ran to DC to meet my friend Bobster92 to get some accessories to go with it and to get some other things and to just show him my bag and to spend a little time with him in DC. So these are items that I did purchase while I was with him. The first is this thing from Longchamp. What could be in here? It is a rather large bag. And you probably have already guessed what this is. I guess it's not an unboxing. It didn't come in a box. It's an unbagging. So let's see what's in here. Ooh, I know this is going to be noisy. It is the Longchamp Le Pliage Neo in the color, I don't know if they call it black or noir, but it's black with black. I do own this bag in navy. There was a time I thought, I'm not going to wear black. Black is not my most flattering color. I am going to create a wardrobe out of the neutrals, brown, gray, and navy. It turns out that it's very difficult to create a wardrobe that way. Black is just everywhere. It's so much easier to get. I caved. I don't wear a lot of black on top without, right next to my face, without having a scarf or something to add a little brightness, but black is a very sophisticated color and I do like carrying it. Enter the black Longchamp. I purchased this at the Longchamp store. It wasn't in a department store. It was there in DC at the Longchamp store, and I did see her take this out of its plastic bag, so I know I'm the very first person to ever see it. That was kind of a nice little experience, and so I have to pop it out here. I may end up getting a Samorga specifically for this. I don't know if I'll have the two share Samorgas. My other Samorga is blue. The Samorga is the organizer that I like to use. I've done a couple videos on Longchamp. One was I did a collaboration with Autumn Beckman, and we each showed our Longchamp Le Pliage in the large. Mine was the Neo and hers was the normal, the classic. And there are some differences. The Neo you cannot fold up, and so it doesn't have that snap here, and it is all one color. The classics come in a lot of different colors, and then this is usually, if not always, brown. The Neo is also a little stiffer. It wouldn't fold as well, even if it could fold. It's a little bit heavier fabric. I love the look of the classic. Thought about getting a classic after we did that video. I just prefer to have a bag like this in all one color so that it is more versatile. It is more neutral, and I can wear more of a variety of things with it. This was in that tag video where if I only had $10,000 to spend for the rest of my life, this was one of the things I chose. I thought that it would look good if I needed it carrying it with the Kelly, even though the Kelly is in gold, and it does look good that way. It looks good winter and summer, and it also feels very professional. This one feels a little dressier and a little more professional to me than the navy bag. I should put that out. That's more how it should look. My Longchamp Neo in Noir. When I went to DC with Bobster92 to show him my bag, one of the things I wanted to do was get several accessories to go with the bag. And with Hermes, I'm not currently in love with the charms. It isn't that I don't like the Hermes charms, it's that I just like the Kelly without a charm. I prefer it that way. It has the lock and clochette, which I sometimes carry and sometimes don't, so there is that. I just don't think it needs a charm. I do, however, like to dress it up with another strap. I like to have a strap to make it crossbody when I want to do it that way. I was hoping to get that. The DC store did not have that. They maybe had, I don't know, 5 to 8 straps in the whole store, and they did not have even one that I could try that fit my Kelly 28 that would be crossbody in the style that I wanted. They just didn't even have a single one in any color. So I did order that online. I'm awaiting that and will unbox it as soon as it is in. The other thing that I wanted to get were some Twillies, and that's what is in here. When they opened the drawer to show me the Twillies, I think all told in the entire store, they had maybe a third of a drawer, a third of a small drawer. She maybe had 20 Twillies. I think that's about it. There were not a lot of things in that store, but I did find 3 that I liked. Here they are. Here's how the Twilly comes packaged. These are 3 little packages. I think that's adorable. I will definitely use these boxes for something. I'm not sure what, but they are adorable. All right, I don't know which is which, so we will just start with the first one I picked up. I don't know the names of these Twillies, but I will put them below if I can find them. This one I really love. It is bracelets, I think. And then the other side looks like this. So you can do it on either side. And when you think about wrapping a Kelly, wrapping the handles, you really want to like the corners because you see the corners a lot, and then you want to like the colors of the Twillies. That's those corners. In order to wrap it this way, I will have to take that tag off. I probably will do that. Generally speaking, you are supposed to take a tag off of a scarf. I know that a lot of people keep them on an Hermes scarf. I guess to make sure it looks more authentic. I don't really know. My mother always taught me the first thing you do when you get a scarf is you clip the tag off. I will do that for these to give it more versatility. Here's how these corners look if you have them hanging down. Bobby and I did a video on how to tie a Twilly onto a Birkin and a Kelly. That video appeared on Bobby's channel, and I will link it below as well. So here is the first Twilly. I also do plan to play with using these in my hair, you know, if I have a ponytail, and maybe even sort of as a headband kind of look. I suddenly look like my mother. Here is Twilly number 2. Let's see what we have here. This one is more a soft gray and yellow. Classic colors. Let me get a close up for you there. There are women walking around in their yellow. It strikes me this one would also look good with my Louis Vuitton PM Alma in the color Citron. This Twilly would look good on that handle as well. And also another good one for the hair. This one is the same on both sides, so you only get one look out of this one. And Twilly number 3. This one is much more colorful. I wanted to have a couple of neutrals so that I could just throw it on my bag and keep it on there for a while, no matter what I'm wearing. This one is a little bit brighter. It's a little different on either side. It's the same pattern going on. But if you look at this side, the orange is more dominant. And if you look at this side, the blue is much more dominant. It's a subtle difference. I don't know how much attention I'll pay to that when I wrap the handles. This is how the corners of this look. So this one has particularly pretty corners with the border. These are probably the least exciting corners, but I still liked this little scarf. There you have my DC haul. I got these 4 looks out of 3 Twillies and my Longchamp Le... I bet you that's Bobby. Okay. Yeah, it's Bobby. There you have it. That's my DC haul. 4 looks out of 3 Twillies and also a Longchamp Le Pliage bag in black in the size large. Thank you again for being here. If you like luxury and especially if you like jewelry, I am a fine jewelry designer, please do subscribe. I would love to see you here again. Until then.